Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, yesterday the FBI in Cincinnati and the United States Attorney in the Southern District of Ohio announced that there was an indictment for public corruption, bribery, and whatnot against Jeff Pastor of the Cincinnati City Council. This is the second city council member to be nailed by a federal corruption investigation. Not to mention the fact they've nailed state legislators up in Columbus. This is really, really scary, frightening. Remember, these are the same guys that the city council members that did the text messaging, the illegal meetings. I mean, it's a cesspool in Cincinnati City Council. And I've heard, just so you know, sitting at the breakfast table with Joe Deters and Bill Cunningham, I heard it, Charlie Winborn was a target. The sewer district was a target. I've heard all of these people that have been targets of investigations. They escaped the noose. Why, how, I don't know. But I'm just telling you, there's more than just these two people, and you should be concerned. Now, let me explain something about this from a legal perspective. First and foremost, the feds don't like prosecuting anybody unless they have them dead to rights, which usually means wiretaps. They like wiretaps. By the way, I heard that from Joe Deters himself at a breakfast. Joe Deters says the feds, he works at the feds, wish the feds would investigate him. The feds say that they like to get it lock, stock, and barrel. And in fact, the conviction rate, if you're charged with a federal crime, is like 97%. Like 97%. If you get charged with a federal crime, they usually got something on you. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not some BS prosecutions. I'll tell you, in light of what everybody gets away with in Washington, D.C. that bothers me, is the Evans prosecution. I don't understand the Evans prosecution because the Evans prosecution is knick-knack, paddywhack when you compare it to what goes on in Washington, D.C., and nobody gets prosecuted. But it's also important to point out in the Pastor prosecution, there has been a grand jury indictment. This isn't a criminal complaint. They've already got the indictment. He'll be pleading guilty to something, I guarantee you, he and his partner. And I also want to point out that this is something that I believe is probably still going on. They're not going to admit it, but they're looking at anybody and everybody. And don't be surprised there won't be even more indictments. But the city of Cincinnati has to clean up its act. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.